Hi, so today I got a topic. It's how is equality the answer? Because I imagine equality has been perverted, subdued, molded, and shaped to support the current unequal money system, for example. But and equality has been like bastardized and made to look very bad and evil and something that seems impossible instead of us reinvestigating equality, for example, and finding what is useful about the concept of equality. So, on a personal level, how I understand equality is to be equal to the moment I am in right now, here, in one breath. I require to forgive myself for the points where my pride has taken over, for the points that I brush aside because of my ego, and self-forgiveness, forgiving myself for lying to myself in all the various different methods and ways, like protection, like defense, and all the various ways I protect and defend my idea of myself. um, Self forgive. eh, you cannot have a real solution without self forgiveness. It's just it's so strange in that way because something that I considered is how the human is the root of the world system. Take away the human, and you no longer have the world system, and you no longer have all this multitude of knowledge and information at our fingertips, so to speak, and which is evidence that the human is the system, and each one of us that are participating are in fact participating as an equal, and our oneness is in. I'll talk about oneness later. Um, um, so equality is the answer, and the practical process for each of us to participate in a process of equality is basically what self forgiveness describes. And self honesty and self trust within self honesty. Um, like I said before, self forgiveness in self honesty with self trust is probably the only way you can build an absolute trust in yourself to do what is best for all life always. And in a finite universe, it's great and amazing that there is such thing as what is best for all life always. And if there is to be a hope in humanity, it would be in that ideal and daily practice to specify what is best for all life always, within the small menial tasks that we participate in daily. And what else? Equality. Okay, the simplicity of the process of equality while you do your self-forgiveness in writing and speaking aloud to test yourself, because when you speak self-forgiveness statements aloud, you can hear yourself when you're justifying. You can hear your insincerity. Okay, so that was a bit of a rant. And back, um, equality is the answer. Um, right, the simplicity of the process of equality is like no matter how many angles you go at it and try to understand before you walk or how you actually walk, it's all encapsulated and organized so neatly in this here moment in breath. And because we breathe always until death, at least, that means we are equal to the task of facing everything no matter what and understanding it as an equal, to be equal to the creation of the worst, most vile, evil creation that I can fathom, that I can imagine, that I can dream up of. And beyond that, in terms of when facing vile, evil creations in reality as a result of our participation. And so it's like no matter how many tips and tricks I give you or anyone gives you in terms of living this life in a way that respects all life, it all boils down to how you maneuver yourself, so to speak, in this here moment and and who you are in this moment. Because self-honesty applied in this moment is like realizing the invalidness of my interpretation of what I am doing, for example, vlogging, and really striving to dig deep to uncover what it is that I deny, what it is that I resist, specific to this moment when I am vlogging, or specific to the moment that you are absorbing this information. And mm, self-honesty is most profoundly felt, in my opinion, when it's applied to things that I genuinely deny, the things that I genuinely avoid, the things that I genuinely resist. It's in that moment when I see myself resisting or denying or playing down or putting down that there's the tool of self forgiveness to forgive yourself for attaching emotions and feelings onto your participation and giving yourself, gifting yourself the opportunity to look deeper and uh, reevaluate the automated decision to resist, deny, play down. And then, so just talking about the moment in breath um, is my own practical definition of oneness. Oneness. All information and knowledge and perspectives should have a direct relation and must have a cause and effect sort of relationship to how I live in each and every breath. So if I find a knowledge or a perspective that is useful or that is right, then I need to find, it's up to me, it's my responsibility to make that connection to the here moment in breath with that particular point of knowledge. So, for example, um, the concept of resonance and what is structural resonance, as is it's been described as the very movement of the wave, in using water as an example, the very movement of the wave. You may see it move on the surface as it rolls up into a tsunami, but that is the very movement of the wave. And um, the whole idea that this structural resonance um, has more authority on what I do than myself. And it's not that the resonance has more authority than me. It's more like I have diminished myself towards myself as the resonance, such that the resonance can override my decision. And I've seen this so many times where I would have the best intentions, I would have the most noble intentions, and it, the resonance is like that little voice that wonders in childlike curiosity, what would it be like if I defaulted to the worst possible action that I could come up with? And that curiosity mesmerizes and hypnotizes you. That is the resonance, because the resonance, as the mind, is knows you better than you know yourself in most cases. And the process of becoming equal to the resonance and being able to mold and shape your what the resonance kind of reflects are things like back chat and thoughts and emotions and feelings, and how these things uh, carry a life of its own, so to speak, and direct you in spite of all intentions. And um, so how I relate the resonance back to my self-application is taking note of and especially admitting to myself when in moments I am not clear. And the moment I'm not clear, I need to ask questions then to dig deeper. Like, if am I clear or not? Yes or no? And then if it's no, then I need to dig deeper with questions like, is it an emotion that is uh, capturing my interest? is it a positive feeling that is taking me away from what is here? Is it a thought? Is it a thought that uh, reflects some fear or desire? Um, is it back chat that is it back chat? And also like embracing the reality that there is such thing as my mind that at the moment can sometimes overpower me, so to speak. And and but the simplicity of, like, I say all of this stuff, and then the simplicity of oneness with equality is breathing here and always being absolutely decisive and seeing through yourself every single breath, whether you are clear or not, whether you are at peace or are you in pieces where the pieces are talking to each other and they're reacting to each other and and building up an energetic, an emotional or feeling charge that if I continue building up this emotion or this positive feeling, it's gonna lead me to consequence. Considerations like that, and you do that with each word that you face, and each word is like a matrix. It's a network of information that implies your story, your life story, as you understand it. And self forgiveness is like cutting the energetic ties to that information so that it does not override your common sense anymore. And yeah, that's it's been a long one, this one. I'll stop here. Thanks. Bye.